welcome to the AUSL Pro Game at the Little League Softball World Series, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Just down the street from where 12 teams from around the world are playing in the Little League Softball World Series, we're on the campus of East Carolina University and about to play a pro game. Yes, the pro athletes from AUSL have been divided into two teams. They are here to put on a show for these Little Leaguers, and what an opportunity for these young athletes to see the professionals. Courtney Lau alongside two-time All-American Amanda Scarborough, and it was so cool yesterday, Amanda, to see the pro athletes out at the Little League field, and now the Little Leaguers returning the favor.
This is so much fun, and it really is everything. So many of these Little League players and their families have watched them on TV. June and July compete in the AUSL regular season and through the playoffs, and now they get a chance to watch them in person, which just hits different. And so many of these players, they want to be them. They put on their profiles and their questionnaires that they want to be a professional softball player in the AUSL one day, and now they get to watch them.
Yeah, and they've got the opportunity to do that because the AUSL is getting so popular. Well, Anna Camden is on the sidelines for us, and she spoke to two of those Little Leaguers.
Thanks, Courtney. I'm here with two Little League superstars. Isabella, what are you most excited for watching this game tonight?
To learn and study how they play and to apply when I play and to look at the big hits and just be here today.
And Lindley, what does it mean to you to be able to watch professional softball out here?
It's just super cool to see all of the best players out here working their hardest and doing amazing on the field.
And I've heard you've got a secret talent that you can do. Can you show us?
I can turn my tongue into a taco.
That's amazing. Okay, Isabella, what's been your favorite memory of Little League so far?
Just coming to a World Series. It is my first year playing softball, and I'm just so happy being in the Little League and spending time and traveling with my team.
Amazing. Lindley, last one for you. Who's your favorite player in the AUSL?
I love Reese Atwood. She is just a beast out there. I love her.
That's a popular choice. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
Back to you, Courtney.
Reese Atwood is an excellent choice, Lindley. I love that. So all 12 teams are in the stands to watch this professional softball game. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for Team Watley. They're brought to you by Easton. And so Natasha Watley is the head coach of one team. Lisa Fernandez, the head coach of another. And players from all 6 of the AUSL teams have been divided up into 2 teams, and they're going to face off here on this field, Amanda.
Yeah, this is going to be really exciting to get to see players like Maya Johnson get the start, Jalen Ford get the start on the other side. I mean, being able to see these pro players in person, how hard the ball comes off their bat, how fast they pitch, how the movement comes out of their hand, it's just such a special treat to see in person.
So the first one facing Maya Johnson will be Sierra Sacco Ferry playing with the Cascade. You'll see them wearing their AUSL regular season team jersey to play in this game. Of course, played her college ball at Mississippi State. Missed some time with injury, but is back and ready to go here tonight. And showing bunt over to Devin Netz, who's playing third base, and she'll be thrown out. Billy Andrews coming over to cover third. First.
These teams will have to figure out how to work together quickly, like on that bunt attempt. Billy Andrews covering first base as quickly as she could. As Sierra Sacco Ferry, we've learned that she is a player that has been a triple threat in the league.
Kaylee Wyckoff now stepping in, part of the Utah Talons that just went back-to-back champions. Amanda, how cool was it to see this league expand to 6 teams this year?
Yeah, that was such a big deal, and she just quietly kind of got hit by a pitch there, by the way, and talked the home plate umpire into first base, I think. But that was just such a game changer to go from 4 teams that we had in the inaugural season last summer to 6 teams. We had 2 expansion teams, the Oklahoma City Spark and the Portland Cascade. So what I love about this game is that the players are wearing their real pro jerseys. So you can tell the teams that they come from, like Mac Barbara coming from the Chicago Bandits, which was not an expansion team.
That strike coming in from Maya Johnson, who was in her rookie season this year. Turned all kinds of heads at Belmont. One of the top players in the nation last year in the NCAA. And runner's going to go ahead and advance to second. What a quick transition for these college athletes that were drafted almost right after the Women's College World Series and then had to get ready to be a pro.
It was such a quick turnaround. Many of the rookies that played in the league this summer were competing in the Women's College World Series. And if they weren't, then they were competing at a regional, as Maya Johnson able to strike out Mac Barber there. And Maya Johnson, a rookie, as you mentioned, she had a solid start to her rookie season with the Oklahoma City Spark. At one point to start the season for the Spark, they had 5 rookie pitchers, and Maya Johnson was one of them.
She strikes out Mac Barber to get to Savannah Jaquish. What makes Maya Johnson so effective when we saw her in the college game, but allowing that to translate to the pros?
You know, the translation from Belmont to the pros was an interesting one, because when I looked at her numbers to really dive into what made her a great pitcher at Belmont, she really went up in the zone with her rise ball. It was her most used pitch at Belmont. And when she became a pro, she started to go a little bit more down the zone with her drop ball and her curveball. She kind of changed her toolbox based on the power and the strength of the pro hitters. It's what was necessary.
Savannah Jaquish will watch that pitch come in. 2 balls and a strike to Jaquish.
And she can change speeds very well. So, I mean, I think that's what makes her such a great pitcher. She can lean on a different pitch whenever she needs to, a different side of the plate.
Two on the way.
That's a good swing by Savannah Jaquish. She was a hitter that got hot toward the end of the season. First half for the Talon, she was a little bit slow, but then the second half hit and she was hitting over 300, had a home run in the finals whenever the Talons did go back-to-back and win 2 championships.
High ball towards left field. Kelly Torres backing up to the warning track to make the grab and get out of the inning. All right, Team Watley has had their chance to bat. We'll meet Team Fernandez when we come back to Greenville.
Family.
Well, yesterday, just down the road at Stallings Stadium at Elm Street Park, the pros came and visited the Little Leaguers. We've got 12 teams from all over the world, ages 10 to 13 years old, playing in the Little League Softball World Series, and they got to interact with the pros. And Amanda, I mean, that's got to mean everything to these young athletes.
Yeah, they were able, right before their own games, most important games of their lives, to see these pro players, connect with them, maybe ask some questions, feel supported by them, get some words of encouragement. But again, one of my favorite parts of the Little League Softball World Series is when these athletes interact, the young ones with the pro ones. It's just so cool.
And Anna, it's been so special for both sides. The pros really enjoy it too.
They do. There is so much inspiration on both ends for the pros and the Little Leaguers happening. Players were lining up to get autographs during their games, even in BP pregame today. The pros had lines of players with softballs or shoes or gloves asking for an autograph. There's just so much love, recognition, and inspiration happening, and it's beautiful to watch for the game of softball.
Yeah, this partnership with the AUSL and Little League has been so great over the last few years. See Jalen Ford in the circle for Team Watley as they're facing Team Fernandez. Jenna Laird leading things off, and she'll stay alive getting a piece of that.
Jalen Ford is definitely an older veteran than Maya Johnson. On the other side, we have two Southpaws starting this game. Ford and Johnson going head-to-head, and both of them being teammates together on the Spark. And Jalen Ford has had quite a professional career. She has just been so solid, consistent, reliable. Even plays in Japan, in the Japan Diamond League.
A 1-2 coming to Jenna Laird. And it's a strikeout to start for Jalen Ford. Let's take a look at the Team Fernandez starting lineup presented by Rawlings. Of course, Lisa Fernandez heading up this team that's been put together. You just saw Jenna Laird, and next stepping in is Jocelyn Erickson, who Amanda has had a pretty busy week, or last 7 days for her playing with the national team.
She was competing in Oklahoma City with the U.S. national team, winning a gold medal at the International Cup.
Of course, just finished up her college career at Florida at the end of last season before playing for the Chicago Bandits. She was the 5th overall pick in this year's AUSL college draft. Playing at first base today.
Look at Jalen Ford changing speeds. I hope these Little League pitchers are taking notes how effective this pitch is. It's a strikeout that she got from Jenna Laird that was on the changeup, and then that foul ball just off the end of the bat, changing speeds again.
Ford going outside, still ahead. She's been ahead to both of these batters that she's faced so far. That one hits Erickson in the back. She'll take her base. Well, Jalen Ford, she's a pro vet now. But how about a little throwback action? Oh my goodness. I love that hat.
They're just the classics. That is an awesome hat. And I'm just wondering if it's an old picture, but actually says something on the hat, or if we're just going the block white and the block red.
Devin Nett steps in. You know, I don't know about you, Amanda, but we've called 8 Little League games now this week over the last 4 days. Man, these players look huge compared to the Little Leaguers. Devin Nets with the pop-up here in foul territory and sliding over. Kirsten Roos had a chance to make a play on it.
What a great effort. When you think of Kirsten Roos, a rookie from Georgia, you think of effort. And that's what she brought to the AUSL. Multiple teams, actually, that she got a chance to be a part of this summer, getting pulled out of the reserve athlete pool. Everybody got to feel her effort and passion for the game.
Yeah, we saw her spend some time with the Spark, the Volts, the Bandits.
But yeah, we were laughing about the size difference.
Yeah.
And for sure, especially because our first game today, we had Japan in that game. And the Japan team that was represented was the youngest team and the shortest team of all 12 teams.
Devin Nets sounded good off the bat. Bounce it off the wall, out of the park. Touchable. Team Fernandez has a 2-run lead.
Well, and I hope that these Little Leaguers know and the pitchers know that Devin Nets is a pitcher as well as a hitter. Getting the start at third base today in this pro game, but also plays first base and can drop bombs like this. Jalen Ford's reaction was pretty good in the circle, too, just knowing that that was going to be a no-doubter off the bat of Devin Netz.
Well, you know, her coach, Lisa Fernandez, today, of course, a great two-way player, appreciates that.
Oh, she loved it.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, Lisa Fernandez wants to win this game. Lisa Fernandez is
yes.
one of the most competitive people I have ever met in my life.
There's the catcher, Mia Davidson. Mia Davidson playing for the Portland Cascade.
Well, and you know, Lisa's assistant coach for her team is Marissa Young, the head coach at Duke, just down the road, or in the same state, I should say, of North Carolina.
Oh, there's Marissa Young. So cool to see her pop up as one of the assistants for this pro game.
And her daughter plays at UCLA, or one of her daughters plays at UCLA for Lisa Fernandez. So what a unique experience for her to coach with Lisa, and knowing that Lisa coaches her daughter, Jolena.
I got to call their regional this year in the NCAA tournament, and Jolena had a big-time home run out to right field. And if you're not familiar where we are playing this game, it's in Greenville, North Carolina, on the campus of East Carolina University. We're about an hour and a half from Raleigh. Strikeout number 2 tonight for Jalen Ford.
Stepping up to the plate for Team Fernandez, the designated player, number 45, Haley Lee.
Haley Lee of the Spark now steps in. Takes the first pitch, hopping it out to left field, wasting in no time is Haley Lee. A national champion when she was at Oklahoma.
New batter, the right fielder, number 1, Caroline Jacobson.
And Amanda, we got to talk to this next hitter. Caroline Jacobson came up in the booth at our Little League game yesterday. We were just talking about Marissa Young at Duke. Well, Caroline Jacobson played at Duke, their all-time home runs leader. Part of that Utah Talons team that went back-to-back.
Yeah, a few of the players yesterday, so we had 4 games yesterday and 4 AUSL players threw out the first pitch, and they got surprised moments before they threw out the first pitch that that's what was going to happen, and that they had to talk to us. Oh, excuse me, got to talk to us.
That's right.
So quite a big day for the AUSL players yesterday, interacting with the Little Leaguers, and then a few of them throwing out the first pitch, and then coming up in the booth with us and just getting to talk a little shop.
Caroline did confirm that was her first pitch, and she was told about it moments before it happened. She did pretty good.
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, don't think about it. And Jalen Ford wants to switch out the balls here. That'll be 2 balls and a strike coming to Jacobson from Ford, who's already struck out 2. Difference in this game so far is a 2-run home run from Devin Netz right out to center. Jacobson will take the free pass.
Stepping up to the plate for Team Fernandez, second baseman, number 6, Billy Andrews.
Playing at second base today is Billy Andrews. Played her college ball at Nebraska, rocking that Spark jersey. Coming to the Spark out of the allocation draft. Saw her in the AUX a couple of seasons ago.
long inning for Jalen Ford. I feel like there's been some really great moments even within this inning, and then some really tough moments too. And I think it's good for these little leaguers to see her give up a home run in the inning, just like they at times will in their career, if not this week. Although what you do after that, how you respond after that.
About to throw her 30th pitch of this inning. And gets a strikeout with it. So 3 strikeouts in the inning, but also a 2-run shot from Devin Netz. And that's the difference right now. Team Fernandez on top. The AUSL Pro Game at the Little League Softball World Series is sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods and by Sephora. Well, this morning, these AUSL Pro athletes were over at the Little League softball fields putting on a T-ball clinic for some young Little Leaguers in the area of Greenville, North Carolina. And man, they were so excited to learn from the best.
Let's all turn around this way. Can we tell our parents and friends that brought us here? Can we tell them thank you?
And it was so cool to see the tiniest Little Leaguers come out with the Little League softball players playing in the World Series. They got to walk out and stand with the teams during the national anthem of our first game earlier today over at Stallings Stadium.
Well, they're so tiny, but that's when they're so tiny, they're so little, they're so young, but that's when it really starts to learn to love this sport. Even the Little Leaguers at one point were their age, and I feel like these softball players all start playing softball at different ages. Many of them even come from a baseball background.
Allie Newland, a hot shot over to Jocelyn Erickson at first. Well, Team Fernandez took the lead in the last inning thanks to a 2-run home run from Devin Netz. And now Maya Johnson ready to go back to work in the circle for Team Fernandez. Kirsten Roos up at the plate. Liked the first pitch, finds a spot in left. Kirsten Roos, we most recently saw her playing at Georgia, but back in the day, a Little Leaguer out of Indiana.
I love that we're just going to pepper this broadcast with a lot of young pro player Little League pictures. It's my favorite. Some good throwbacks. There's just so much to learn about this sport. I was thinking about the little clinic that was held with the little tiny players and the AUSL players. There's so much to learn about each aspect of this sport that you honestly never really master. I mean, you honestly spend years and years, if not decade plus years, just trying to be your best version or have the best version of yourself come out with all the aspects of the sport, but you never really master it. Pitching, the hitting, the fielding, even the throwing. And that's why you just keep coming back and why it's so important to have that foundation as a young youth player to get the best fundamentals and foundation that you can.
3 balls and a strike to Sarah Gordon. Gordon spent some time with the Talons and the Spark this year. He was a first-team All-SEC selection at Georgia last year.
Coach Fernandez is checking on Mia Davidson after taking that foul ball to the mats, coming out to make sure she's okay.
Of course, Lisa Fernandez, the GM of the Utah Talons, but serving as the head coach of Team Fernandez today.
Well, and I notice Coach Fernandez over there has her big championship ring on from the 2025 championship. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, as you should.
There it is.
Look at that.
She's won a few championships, gold medals.
Her trophy case is pretty full. Erickson fires it over to second. And Sarah Gordon is going to be able to reach first as the throw a little low. And not able to get Kirsten Roos going a second. Well, you can sign up for the MLB.TV for 50% off at $34.99 and receive a 1-month free trial of ESPN Unlimited. Offer only valid through 9th and only for the seasonal plan. Blackouts and terms apply. Mackenzie Clark of the Carolina Blaze.
Mackenzie Clark is kind of like, if there's a class clown, like whatever the dugout version is of that. I don't know what would be some good alliteration there, but Mackenzie Clark was a player for the Blaze this year that just kept everybody loose, always having a good time, has a really big personality, wants to make everyone laugh. She even did like a bingo card each game where she would try to track down different things that would happen in the game. She would ask her teammates, what should I put on the bingo card today? For example, maybe a double steal or a squeeze or a line drive catch, or I mean, you name it, she would put it on the bingo card that day.
Pop straight up in the air, and Erickson calling everybody else off. Did you ever participate in the bingo card while you were calling a game?
Anna needs to be my memory. Anna, did we compete or did we participate in the bingo card? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think we did. I think we were tracking them every chance that we got, but I don't know if we were participating.
Okay, yeah, okay. I don't think they had any broadcaster bingo slots on there that we were involved in, but we love just finding out what was on the bingo card and tracking it and just seeing how invested the Blaze were in it, as well as Mackenzie Clark.
Sounds like a missed opportunity for you. Mm-hmm. Bottom of the order with Kylie Sand. Rubbing her Chicago Bandits uniform. So far, just one hit for Team Watley. Coming from Kirsten Roos. She advanced to second on an error. Kylie Sand up the middle. Kirsten Roos showing off her speed, sliding in safely. And Team Watley is on the board.
I mean, how cool is it that Kylie Sand gets to go down to first base after she drives in an RBI for her head coach, Natasha Watley, and then shake her hand? That was a well-struck ball right up the middle of the field. Ruth's got a big jump. This little girl loves seeing the ball go to the outfield, a play at, or a potential play at home, but that just had goodness written all over it. But Sand giving Natasha Watley some love there when she got to first base. I mean, Natasha Watley is just so iconic. So you get to first base, she gives you a high five and a smile. You're probably just melting over there.
We got 2 Bruins going after it in these head coaches today. We got to talk to Natasha Watley. She came over to the Little League game and joined us in the booth. She was pretty fired up to get to coach today. Top of the order with Sierra Sacco Ferry.
Well, and Coach Fernandez over there has been mic'd up too, so.
Let's check in with Natasha Watley's react to the last.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know. I watched this happen,
yeah.
And that's what I mean. If I'm Kylie Sand, I am just thinking that is the coolest thing ever that Natasha Watley is cheering me on like that. So many of the pro players say that their legendary player that they look up to is Natasha Watley. And, you know, it's been a little bit since she's played a professional game or a national team game or for sure college game, but still so many players look up to her.
Hit right back to Maya Johnson in the circle for out number 3, but Team Watley cuts the Team Fernandez lead in half thanks to Kylie Sand.
When you say Natasha Watley, I literally get chills because she's been such a huge role model for not only me, but the sport and so many of these young athletes, so many of the athletes here now.
Natasha Watley was my childhood, is still my softball legend, I would say.
I just loved how she felt unstoppable. Watching her, I felt like they never got her out.
She was such a competitor and such an athlete in the box as much as she was on defense, someone that I've always tried to model my game after.
She led the way for players like myself and others to see a dream of not only being a professional, but an Olympian. And I think that dream is very much still alive. And so she is definitely a trailblazer for us.
An Olympian, a 4-time first-team All-American at UCLA, a national champion. She made 4 Women's College World Series appearances, and look at that little slugger.
The little slugger and the little smirk. I think I need to see that again. That was just
look
so
how cute.
Cute. Oh my goodness.
Now coaching in the AUSL, if only for today.
Highly involved always.
Yes.
In Athletes Unlimited and within the AUSL. She's always around. Currently also calls games in the summer.
Kelly Torres is going to lead off this inning for Team Fernandez, but Team Watley just cut the lead in half. Torres from the Portland Cascade.
You know, we talked about some of these players like Jalen Ford going over to the Japan Diamond League, or the JDL for short. They go and play professionally over there. That has happened for decades. Our very own Michelle Smith, who we broadcast our Little League softball games with, Women's College World Series. She's broadcasted every level of the sport. She also went over and had a very, very unbelievable career in Japan, and so did Natasha. We got a chance to talk to Natasha Watley about her career over there and what it was like. She was in the booth. Was that just this morning?
It was.
Just this morning.
KK Madry takes a big swing. I know we had 2 Little League elimination games earlier today, and then this pro game tonight to cap it off.
So a player like Jalen Ford, as well as Elena Votter, who was here, and Maddie Penta as well. There were actually 3 spark pitchers that came from the JDL and got to season late, but they'll actually go back to Japan after the summer and complete the rest of their season. So it starts in, I think, February, and then it runs until May, June, and they come here and play in the AUSL, and then they go back to Japan and finish that season in the JDL.
Full count on the way to KK Madry from Jalen Ford. Hops back to Ford's glove. Well, Natasha Watley is wearing a mic for us. Let's check in on the legend mic'd up.
All right, here we go, here we go. Here we go.
I was watching it on TV, and some of them were hitting 62. I'm like, how old are they, 12?
Yeah, 12, 13.
That's honestly, like,
yeah.
very impressive.
It was like sprinkle juice on you guys. Like, you guys were like, nobody could get out. But you're hot now. I'm hot now. You're hot now. So there you go. Not gonna beat me again. Okay, let's go. I love it. Give me that elbow guard. Let's go. And not a girl. That's basic. Keep it simple, right up the middle. Huh? First said that in the league. Technically. Love it.
Pretty good at bat if that was the first for Kylie Sand. And then to celebrate with Natasha Watley.
The best celebration there is. What a moment. And she just always has this big, contagious, glowing smile about her, too, that everybody feeds off.
Top of the order here for Team Fernandez, Jenna Laird, who struck out her first time up to start the game against Ford.
I liked how she was talking to someone, it sounds like, about Avery Cox, the pitcher from the Texas Little League team that went 0-2 in the Little League Softball World Series, but their pitcher was hitting 64, 65 miles an hour, and she's just 13 years old.
And then she hit a home run.
And then she also hit an out-of-the-park home run.
Which is a rare thing because they play on a pretty big field over there at Little League Softball. In fact, it's 200 to all fields. Here we have 200 to the corners and 220 to center.
So just a little bit bigger here, but it takes a good swing to get one out. We've only had 2 out-of-the-park home runs so far, one by Avery Cox and then one by Madison Locke,
who I just saw walking in the stands. Jenna Laird and Jalen Ford locked in on this 2-2 count right here.
So did we see something after a strikeout, Courtney? This is Jalen Ford getting the strikeout, and watch her swerve. There we go. This is Avery Cox we were just talking about after her home run and after strikeouts in the circle. That's a pitcher from Texas that also hit the other out-of-the-park home run with Maddie Locke.
Kaylee Wyckoff takes it at first. Fantastic. I love it. Hey, maybe the Sword's going to make it to the AUSL as a normal thing.
Nice.
We mentioned hitting dingers. Well, we have had two of them down the street at the Little League Softball World Series. Avery Cox was the first to go yard for the Texas team. And then yesterday we saw Maddie Locke for Team Washington take one out of the park. In fact, yesterday she was a triple short of the cycle. Had a great day for Team Washington as they had to win 2 elimination games to advance. Texas has been eliminated. Washington advanced today. We'll see them again on Friday. And this North Carolina team, Amanda, they can really swing it. They're a local team from right outside of Raleigh.
Yeah, Annalyn Clark has been their leader in the circle. Opponents are hitting just under 200 off of her. And all 3 of those pitchers are, I think it'd just be all-stars for the rest of their career. They're all-stars for the summer, but they will continue, I think, to have fantastic softball careers through high school and beyond.
Kaylee Wyckoff's going to lead off this inning for Team Watley. Speaking of Maddie Locke and her mom, Danielle Laurie, are standing by with Anna.
Okay, I've got a powerhouse mother-daughter duo talking about our hair, naturally as softball players. Maddie, your mom's a softball icon, but you are blazing your own trail. 12 strikeouts today, home run yesterday. What's been working for you in this World Series?
Definitely just confidence in the circle and the plate, and just believing in my team and that they're going to help me either way.
And you got to call one of Maddie's games in the regionals. How full circle was that?
Definitely full circle. I actually feel less nervous calling her game than I do watching in the stands. So it was pretty incredible getting to just see that last out and them all come together. Emotional moment, bucket list kind of thing. I mean, you never know that you'll get to do that. So I felt very lucky to do it.
Speaking of bucket lists, what's your biggest softball dream, Maddie?
It was the Little League World Series, still is, but definitely the College World Series or just getting to get to play softball in college.
Big dreams, big dreams. And speaking of big dreams, being a professional softball player is so many little girls' dreams. Danielle, what does that mean for the world of softball to have this professional league out here?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I've been around it since 2020 with Athletes Unlimited, and the investment in it is insane. And I think that these athletes getting to see it is such a full circle moment because you're like, you see it, you believe it. Big shout out to Scarborough and Courtney Lyle in the booth. They're my girls. But it's incredible. Women's sports right now, especially softball, is at an all-time high. And the time to play, the coverage, just everything, the attention on it, and it's not going away, and that's a really cool thing.
You heard it here, folks. It's not going away. Thank you guys so much for the time. Back to you, Courtney.
Love it. We love you too, Danielle. One of our colleagues here at ESPN.
So we talked about Maddie Locke and Avery Cox being the 2 out-of-the-park home run hitters of the World Series. Yeah. I saw them just about 10 minutes ago right below us take a picture together. Danielle in mom mode, getting them together, taking a picture, and I can't wait to see where Avery Cox and Maddie Locke end up in, 5 or 6 years.
Well, Peyton Gottschall has entered the circle for Team Fernandez, and she is going to walk Kaylee Wyckoff, the first batter that she faces. Peyton Gottschall started at Bowling Green and then made her way to Tennessee, and that's where she became a bigger name on the college scene and now rocking the Cascade. Last year with the Volts in the 2025 season.
Well, and she just has some ridiculous movement. She's not necessarily known for her speed like Avery Cox throwing 65 as a 12 or 13-year-old. That's actually what Peyton Gottschall throws right now as a pro. 64, 65. It'll have a ton of spin and movement with her curveball that she just threw in there to Mac Barbara at 62 miles an hour. So not everybody has to hit 70 plus miles an hour like Carlin Pickens or Rachel Garcia or Montana Fouts. You can find different ways to win and spin it too.
And she gets Mac Barbara to swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the day for Mac Barbara.
So many Little League pitchers and just youth pitchers focus so much on speed, Courtney. I want to throw as hard as I possibly can. And then sometimes you sacrifice having a great changeup. You sacrifice having great command and throw too many balls and walk too many hitters. It's so important to find your superpower, your strength, and what makes you a great pitcher.
Well, she's not a pitcher, but Savannah Jaquish, what would you say is her superpower?
Her versatility.
Yeah.
Being able to play anywhere in the field, while she's also a power hitter to boot. She can catch. We saw her play second base for the Talons, which she had never done before. Playing third base in this game, you could put her in the outfield, put her at first base. I mean, truly, her versatility it's very rare. There's not very many players who are like her.
Savannah Jaquish just finished playing with the USA Elite team out in the International Cup, where that Elite team finished third. Upstairs for ball 3, and Wyckoff diving back to first.
See some movement of the teams starting to happen, kind of mixing and interacting with each other. Puerto Rico team is actually talking with the team from Kentucky, a couple of the players, and Puerto Rico just wants to be even closer to the field. They are right on top of the net, trying to get a even more up-close look at what it's like to watch Peyton Gottschall and these athletes hit and play ball.
That one hits Jaquish. We've seen a walk and a hit by a pitch in this inning from Peyton Gottschall. And there's Team Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rico is in the driver's seat.
Yeah, they are.
The winner's bracket tomorrow. Their pitcher, Anaya Nieves, had 12 strikeouts to help them get there to the winner's bracket game. Tomorrow is a big day of Little League softball because a winner will automatically find themselves in the semifinal.
Allie Newland. It's a fair ball. Wyckoff gets the go-ahead and slides in safely. Well, the Little League Softball World Series continues tomorrow on ESPN and the ESPN app, starting with Lake Mary, Florida, against Clayton, North Carolina at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I promise there will be offense in that game. Both of those teams can absolutely swing it. I think Florida's scored 29 runs so far through 2 games, North Carolina 26.
There's been a lot of offense going on at the Little League Softball World Series.
Kirsten Roos back up at the plate. Went after one of the first pitches that she saw in her last at-bat.
And Peyton Gottschall now getting a chance to throw to her teammate from the regular season with the Cascade, Mia Davidson. It was also her teammate that just got that hit off of her, Allie Newland. So a little Cascade action going on with the battery and the RBI to tie up this game.
Foul ball.
The Cascade had some unbelievable crowds, Courtney, in Portland. First year that they had a home field there, just outside of Portland in Hillsborough, and it was sellout crowd after sellout crowd, 3,000 plus attending those games, and the Portland community just wrapped that team in their arms, and they're big softball fans now, the Cascade.
Cruz hops it to Jenna Laird, just past Billy Andrews trying to cover second. Runners are going to hold. Bases loaded for Sarah Gordon coming up to the plate.
Stepping in, 14 Riley, the catcher, number 10, Sarah Gordon.
Sarah Gordon reached on a fielder's choice in the second. And you see Team Fernandez huddling up in the infield. Remember, they have practiced together, but these are players from all different teams just coming together for this one game. So lots of communication important, trying to get on the same page. Especially with Team Watley threatening to take its first lead.
Coming all the way back after that home run that Devin Nets hit. Scored in back-to-back innings now.
This inning started with a couple of free passes, a walk, and a hit by a pitch by Peyton Gottschall, who entered in this inning.
And she's just not able to work from ahead here with her curveball. Threw it outside, couldn't find the corner, threw it backdoor there on the inside corner to Gordon, couldn't get the call.
Sarah Gordon to right field. Caroline Jacobson is underneath it. Runner tags, and Jaquish will come home to score. And Team Watley has its first lead.
Here's one of those 14-inch softballs that are great for autographs. You buy that bad boy and you're able to get as many autographs as you want. Fill it up.
Not great for pitching.
Not great. Great for hitting, though. That's what it looks like sometimes when you're feeling good at the plate, is like the size of this ball. And then when it's not going great, it feels like a golf ball.
It's like those giant tennis balls they have at the majors to get autographs on.
Yes.
Yeah. Gottschall is ahead of Mackenzie Clark here. Inside for ball 2. Is that the same tripod that you have, Amanda?
It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? That is the view. The phone in that girl's hand is the iPhone camera that she actually is in control of right now. This is her shot.
Let's take it live. This is what she's seeing.
Look at that still hand.
Look, she's taking this job seriously. Mackenzie Clark, it is way high up in the air, but not deep enough. Torres scoops it for out number 3. Team Watley has taken the lead here in this AUSL Pro game at the Little League Softball World Series. Well, this year's champion might sound a lot like last year's champion because the Utah Talons went back-to-back. Montana Fouts and the Talons hoisted the trophy in 2025. And even with 2 more teams added to the league, they got it done again to go back-to-back, and this time doing it for a home state in Utah. And man, so many standouts this year. Montana Fouts, of course, Maya Brady leading the league with those 11 home runs this season.
Yeah, and Sammy Williams from the Bandits ended up being the hitter of the year. She got out to a crazy hot start in the month of June. But with the Talons winning back-to-back championships, they even played the Bandits both years in the finals, the best 2 of 3 series that they ended up clinching the victory. And Georgina Korick and Montana Fouts both pitched Game 1 and Game 2 both years. That Talons pitching staff, best in the league, won them a couple of championships with their general manager, Lisa Fernandez.
And there's Coach Fernandez, who is serving as the head coach of Team Fernandez today. She is here from the Talons, of course. Savannah Jaquish, Kaylee Wyckoff, and Caroline Jacobson, all a part of the Talons organization, and they're playing in this game tonight. Well, Jocelyn Erickson leading off this inning as Team Whatley just took the lead for the first time in the last inning, plating 2.
It's kind of unbelievable how Lisa Fernandez has won everything.
Everywhere, all the time.
Everything, everywhere, every time. She just is going to find a way to win. It just is in her blood. That is why she is the GOAT. A player at UCLA, coach at UCLA, U.S. national team, U.S. Olympic team. Now as a general manager, literally every position, you know, as a coach, player, GM, she's done it all.
Casual flex,
pitcher,
no big
hitter.
deal. Yeah. Pitching coach, hitting coach now for UCLA.
Does it all.
Well, Jocelyn Erickson is at the plate right now. 0-2 count, and we mentioned it. She was just playing in the International Cup with the Team USA national team. They actually had 2 teams playing. The national team, which Erickson was on and won gold, and the elite team, which finished 3rd.
And Montana Fouts went from pitching and clinching the Game 2 finals of the AUSL championship to then clinching the gold in the International Cup. So what a month for Montana Fouts.
Jocelyn Erickson to the gap. It rolls to the wall. And she's got a double.
Her go down and get this pitch. I don't really know how she hit that. Jalen Ford probably is thinking the same thing, but this is why Jocelyn Erickson is on the U.S. national team, because she can hit pitches like that. Extra bases for Jocelyn Erickson, and just what a swing, being able to cover that outer half.
Devin Netz, who hit a home run in this game, flies out to left. And a handful of AUSL players got awards in the International Cup. Maya Brady was the MVP. Montana Fouts was the most valuable pitcher. And Deja Mulipola, the defensive MVP.
So there were 4 awards given out at the International Cup, and 3 of the 4 awards went to AUSL players. Brady, Fouts, Mulipola.
Mia Davidson over to Sierra Sacco Ferry.
Maya Brady, one of the best hitters in the world. We talked about that the very first week that she played with the Oklahoma City Sparks. She just had an incredible season at the plate. Has continued on, obviously, with her U.S. national team.
You know, we were talking about Jocelyn Erickson. She started her college career at Oklahoma, won a national championship with Haley Lee, who's at the plate right now and is her teammate tonight. They were also at Oklahoma together at the same time on the championship team.
So many connections in our softball world. That is constantly happening in the AUSL regular season, whether it's sisters like Sierra and Sydney Romero playing against each other, or former teammates, or rivals that are still playing against each other and still get a chance to see them go up against each other and try to get a good hitter out or try to hit a home run off of a great pitcher. That's cute. This little girl, she's cheesing it up for the picture with the iPad in her lap.
Team Florida in the house. I say that Haley Lee did swing at that. Jalen Ford will take that strikeout. 5 tonight in her outing. Team Watley in the lead.
Lisa Fernandez is a legend because she's just the GOAT.
I think when you say Lisa Fernandez, I think intense. You know, I think Olympian. Her energy is just so magnetic. Anybody who's played for or played with Lisa knows her as the spark plug of an entire team.
The one thing that I've taken away from her is just how fearless she is.
She builds a lot of confidence within every single one of her players, and everyone that she is around, she sees the best in you and is able to just bring the best out of you.
She is a legend because she quite literally paved the way for all of us to become legends of our own.
And Lisa Fernandez showed that you can do it all and have it all. You can be a pitcher and a hitter. Oh my gosh, guys, we have not seen these photos until you guys see them at home. Fantastic.
Did that little girl know that that woman would be wearing a professional softball championship ring and would have won the inaugural championship of the most sustainable pro league that we've ever had? Probably not.
And then done it again the next year?
And then do it again the next year. But I couldn't help notice the ring. You know, it's just always there. It's always right in front of your face, the bling. They went all out with those rings too, Court. They are very customized, diamonds everywhere, has all types of personalization, quotes and words and things about them. It is awesome.
So cool. Peyton Gottschall entered this game in the last inning in relief of Maya Johnson, who got the start tonight. And Kylie Sand, who we learned just had her first AB in the AUSL in the last game, scored a run, going off the end of her bat here. And she is retired. Well, Lisa Fernandez is also wearing a mic for us. Let's check in on the GOAT.
Okay, dude. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you one of those crazy like chops, and you're gonna have to come running and do a short hop, stop, and plant. Yep, we doing that. We doing that. It's hard for me to see my team's uniform and be like, I know. Great job, you guys. love that you stayed on the line. Way to represent, right? Until we were done. Love that, right? Thank you for staying out there and saying hi to all of them, and then Mia taking the mic, because we're inspiring those guys. So have a blast today. Let's make some memorable moments, all right? Here we go. Proud of you.
Compete. 1, 2, 3, compete.
Here we go.
That is awesome. Inspiring the Little Leaguers, all 12 teams from around the world that are in the stands watching these pros play.
Love that huddle, and just thinking about how cool it would be to be huddled up with the Lisa Fernandez and taking in all of her words of wisdom. She's always going to push you, like you heard the athletes talk about, pull out the best version of you, set the standard and the bar really high for what she thinks that you're capable of doing, because she believes in you so much.
Already 2 away in this inning with Kaylee Wyckoff up at the dish. She's been hit by a pitch and walked. Foul ball. I think that's about where we parked.
Yeah. Maybe should have moved our, we're used to the Little League swings, maybe should have moved our car a little bit further.
Pat Lowry out there with the iPhones getting some live footage for us. Let's go.
She had double iPhone duty.
Of course she
One in
did.
each hand.
It's a 2-camera shoot.
There's Anna talking with Team Italy.
They're out of Bologna, Italy.
Well, they were really excited to see Mac Barbara.
Yes.
Before the game yesterday, she was there cheering them on for their game that they had. Mac got a chance to represent the Italian national team at a tournament this summer. She was actually on her way back from the tournament and flying whenever she got the text message that she was going to be called up to become a Chicago Bandit. She said that she read the text and was bawling in the air on the plane, couldn't believe that she had the opportunity to play in the AUSL.
This one hops in front of Torres in left. 2 on for Team Watley, back-to-back singles.
I think she's excited that she just didn't strike out like her first 2 at-bats, and sometimes that's just going to happen, but you're going to celebrate even finding a hole off the end of the bat and getting one to fall.
Now 2 down, 2 on for Savannah Jaquish.
There was a really cool story from the Talons with Charlize Palacios and Savannah Jaquish. That Charlize Palacios had pulled a picture of a young Savannah Jaquish, or at least showed that picture to her and reminded her to play for the younger version of herself at some point this season. And just cool teammate moment, reflecting back to being a youth softball player and going back to those fun days.
Super cool. Love that camaraderie. Team Watley in the lead here at the AUSL Pro Game at the Little League Softball World Series. Entering the circle for Team Watley is Odyssey Alexander Bennett, who just returned to the AUSL after giving birth to her daughter, Halo.
I'm not just playing for me anymore. I'm playing to show my daughters, the younger generation, that motherhood doesn't end your dreams. If anything, it gives you so much purpose. So to all the mamas who think you can come back, you can. You can. It may look different. It may take longer, but you're capable. If I can do it, you can do it too.
Message that she shared on her Instagram page, and not an easy task to become a mom, to give birth, and then to come back and be a professional athlete. And you fast forward, you blink, and Halo's 6 months old, and mom's back playing professional softball. Wyckoff underneath that and retires Jacobson.
That was a towering
yes.
ball. I was waiting for her to make the catch
Any
before
day
I
now.
chimed in there, but just a source of strength and inspiration for so many, even before she became a mom. But I mean, just another layer of why somebody like Odyssey Alexander Bennett is so inspirational, and so many young girls and women like us look up to her because of her strength to be able to come back and just have still a terrific summer with the Chicago Bandits.
Billy Andrews up.
And she had announced last summer that she was pregnant and still finished out the season. So full circle moment for her to pitch a little bit while newly pregnant, and then have Halo and be able to come back and compete with the Bandits again this summer afterward.
Started back to her training just 6 weeks after giving birth to Halo, once she got cleared by her doctors to go back to work. Andrews underneath it, and Newland will make the grab. And we'll never forget this iconic play at the Women's College World Series back in 2021. Odyssey Alexander in the circle for JMU, and the diving tag to save this run for scoring.
Squeeze play. You just handle it on your own in the 2021 World Series. She was iconic. And then this was Avery Cox from Texas doing the same thing on a squeeze play here this year at the Little League Softball World Series. Avery Cox, who with the out of the park home run, she also can do that. And she is here in the stands getting a chance to watch Odyssey Alexander Bennett pitch now. We had her in the booth earlier on and yesterday, at the beginning of yesterday's games. Pretty cool.
It was super cool. Yeah, we showed Odyssey that play, and she was pretty impressed.
Yes, she had not seen it. And I was hoping that she hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what her reaction was going to be like.
Worth it.
Totally
so
worth
good.
it. Just such a unique play. You just don't see that very often, but when somebody like Avery Cox or Odyssey Alexander is a good athlete, that's why they're pitchers. They want the ball in their hand. They want control of the game, whether that's through the pitch or dealing a bunt, making an out.
Kelly Torres, hard hit ball bouncing out to right.
What a cool Volts hat, this Bandits hat that those two boys had on. I have not seen those before, and I've seen a lot of the AUSL gear.
Those are really cool.
A little girl, excuse me. But still, this Bandits hat is adorable. And then there was a Volts one next to her.
Oh,
So
I really like that
cute.
one.
I see the ponies, too, behind them. That's so cute. I love those hats. Cute little girls. Girls with game.
KK Madry. Big swing, and Odyssey Alexander Bennett works ahead 0-2. KK Madry, a reserve pool player, played her college ball at Liberty.
What are the odds that we'd have 2 JMU pitchers pitch in this pro game? That's pretty special for Jalen Ford and Odyssey Alexander Bennett to represent JMU as professional athletes.
Go Dukes. Checking Torres at first. Full count to Madry. Taco Ferry grabs it in left field. Team Watley up 3-2 on Team Fernandez after 4 innings. Well, Maca Barbara has been playing with Team Italy in 2026, and it was really neat to see her intro today when she was introduced. Of course, Team Italy is one of the 12 teams that made the Little League Softball World Series. So there's her introduction, and Team Italy standing up, giving her an ovation.
Oh, extra loud round of applause for Mac Barbara. Her cousin Bella Dayton also was on the team.
Anna, you got to catch up with Team Italy. How are they enjoying this?
They're enjoying it so much. Obviously, especially talking to Mac Barbara. I talked to my sweet new friend, Emma, and she said she barely remembers any of it because she was just so excited to see a professional softball player talking to them from Team Italy. She also told me about their travel day. It was a 12-hour travel day, and they stopped in Paris, but didn't get to see anything because it was all about business, but they're really enjoying being here in the States. And she said, of course, their favorite part, don't get it twisted, is playing softball, guys.
Right, of course it is. Anna, do you know what we learned from Team Italy? Is that there is a nonstop flight from Paris to Raleigh, North Carolina. They took it and then they drove over to Greenville.
Well, I think that sounds like the smartest bet, right?
Yeah.
Who knew?
I just didn't know that Raleigh had gotten big like that to have just a nonstop flight to Paris, but go Raleigh, and made it easier, I should say, for the Italy travel.
It was not as easy for Team Japan, who had a 12-hour delay. They went Osaka to Tokyo to San Francisco, eventually made their way to Greenville.
A 12-hour delay is hard even when your flight is just an hour. Imagine traveling halfway around the world, which already takes, 20 hours, 15 hours, and then you have a 12-hour delay on top of it.
Yeah, no thank you.
A lot of interacting going on right now with the teams, and I'm loving it. They have those big 14-inch softballs. They're trading, putting autographs on each other's softballs. It's reminding me of like a yearbook, when you sign each other's yearbook. That's what
have a great summer.
Have a great summer. That's what these softballs have turned into.
Well, and yeah, we know that, you know, this pro game, it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things when it comes to the AUSL, but it means so much to the pro athletes to get to play for these little leaguers, but also for the little leaguers just to get to watch them and be at a pro softball game. Kirsten Roos is going to walk. She has reached in every plate appearance today.
I need your ball. I need your ball.
Elena Vaughter in the circle, starting this inning for the first time for Team Fernandez.
One of those pitchers that we mentioned, also pitching at the Japan Diamond League. Started her college career at Stanford and then transferred to South Carolina for the last year, but was there at Stanford the same year or two that Nyjah Kennedy was there. So they were pitching in tandem together. Nyjah with her great rise ball, Vaughter with her great drop ball, complemented each other so well.
Got them to the Women's College World Series. Stanford, that is. Roos diving back into first safely. Oh, trophy and a medal? Baby Vaughter?
No, you really looked for the trophies that were bigger than you. I mean, that was a big deal. It's a big little trophy there.
Slow hopper to Billy Andrews at second. Retires the runner, moves Roos over to second. What was the thing you were telling me about that they collect? Is it tournament rings?
Tournament rings is a thing now.
For travel ball?
Yes, but that was not a thing when I played, and I don't think when Elena Vaughter played. That is more of a thing now for these athletes that, you know, the size of Lisa Fernandez's championship ring, that's the size of the ring that they get for winning tournaments. And I don't know, I feel like everybody has a collection of them, so I don't know if they're just handing them out to everybody or only if you win.
Wow.
But that is a thing. There's that ring again. I wonder if her right ring finger just gets a little tired, a little weak from carrying that thing all day. There's little muscles in that ring finger that has to hold that ring up all day.
I think she's going to be fine. Mackenzie Clark looking for her first hit as she gets a first look at Elena Vaughter. Oh.
So nice to have this game and have it not rain. The past couple of years, Courtney, when we've tried to have the pro games here at the Little League Softball World Series, the weather has just been not our friend, which we've been dodging weather Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and even a little bit today. So it is so awesome to be able to get these games in and everybody's staying put in the stands, not having to put on their ponchos.
Ball forward for Mackenzie Clark. I just thank you for waiting until the fifth inning to mention the weather, just in case. Don't miss AL Central Division action when the Minnesota Twins take on the Kansas City Royals as the race to the postseason heats up. Tune in on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, live on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app. I blame Chucky Kim for the past weather problems.
And I think everybody is starting to blame Chucky. That is for sure, because you come in and look, we start the game, we're continuing on with the game.
Weird. Maddie Locke signing some autographs.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really cool.
I have a feeling when you go back home after the Little League Softball World Series, your whole world has changed, especially if you are a team that goes deep into the World Series and you're on ESPN, ESPN2, or championship game is on ABC on Sunday.
We got a broken back.
We saw this multiple times in the regular season. Where I can't be like, wow, I've never seen that before. That's so rare. Like, it's not becoming rare anymore with how many times we've seen it. It feels really weird, by the way, when you're the hitter, that just then it has just a little bit, a stick in your hand.
Bottom of the order for Team Watley, Kylie Sand. 2 walks in this inning have put the runners on. Sand already has an RBI in this game. It came in the second. Team Watley at the plate right now. And a full count coming from Vaughter to Sand.
What a fun week for these girls. I mean, thinking about that they came on, I think, Thursday last week. So they've been here for about a week. They get all new gear. They get to go through an entire media day, or what we call the car wash in ESPN, and play in these awesome games on national TV. All of our games of the World Series have been linear.
Oh, wow. Mia Davidson. Runner's going to score as Kirsten Roos comes home. That ball just died as soon as it hit the bat. And Kylie Sand, a couple of hits tonight.
Yeah, different variety, too. This one, a swinging bunt that works out because it's just far enough away for Mia Davidson to attempt to make a play, but Sand has good speed, and so does Roos, who ended up scoring from second base.
Yeah, a couple of hits, and I should say a couple of RBI. Top of the order for the 4th time tonight for Team Watley. Sierra Sacco Ferry. It was Team Fernandez that led this game 2-0 thanks to a 2-run home run by Devin Nuts in the first inning, and it's been 4 unanswered for Team Watley. Tomorrow's going to be a big day at the Little League Softball World Series. We got a couple of winners bracket games. So no elimination tomorrow. We've had the last 2 days have been elimination days. And we have cut the field down to 6 teams remaining. So we've cut it in half from the 12 that we started with on Sunday.
They're signing the jersey. That's Canada, so they got eliminated today.
3-2.
I don't know if it would be acceptable to sign a jersey if you're still in the tournament, right?
Yeah, I think you gotta wait.
Like Washington, the green jersey, they're still in it.
Yep.
Canada got eliminated today, so it becomes an opportunity to put many autographs on it. And these star hairpins or hair clips, I should say, are all the rage.
Oh, Sacco Ferry thought she had walked. It's going to be a strikeout for Elena Vaughter. Team Watley ahead by 2. Well, Saturday, August 8th, it's coming up this week. The AUSL All-Star Cup begins. It's a 4-series season. 45 of the top players in the league will compete and will crown an individual champion. All 6 teams from the AUSL are going to be represented. In fact, there's 9 players each from the Bandits, Blaze, and the Talents. Those are the top represented teams. And it's going to be really fun. So we've seen the normal season with the 6 teams, and now it becomes an individual leaderboard system that we've seen in the past for AUSL.
Yeah, things really get shaken up here with the leaderboard and your ability to score points as an individual, but also team points. So you get points if you win innings, for example, as a team point, or team points, win the game, or an individual, 40 points for a home run, points for strikeouts. Negative points, by the way, for a pitcher if you give up an earned run.
And Jenna Laird is going to take her base. They're hit by a pitch. And here are this year's AUSL captains to start. These will change as the week goes on. But Kayla Kowalik, of course, won last year,
but unable to actually play in the All-Star Cup this season. So Georgina Korick will come in. Rachel Garcia, Keilani Ricketts, and Georgina Korick will be the 3 captains to start this weekend as things get going on August 8th. So regular season in the AUSL ended with a Talents Championship, and now the All-Star Cup with All-Star players from the AUSL regular season will compete to see who wins. So when it's all said and done at the end of August. Odyssey Alexander was a winner in 2023. In the circle right now.
You got a prediction here? Who's gonna win it? Casual question. No big deal. It's fine.
That is a hard one. If somebody like a Rachel Garcia plays to her highest ability, you can get points as a pitcher for her and points as a hitter individual. And then, of course, the team points all add up. But she's somebody that always is going to be a contender because of her ability to get points on both sides.
The last game of every series, remember it's a 4-series season. The last game of every series, the top 3 point scorers will be named captains, and they will redraft their teams.
Saw Megan Grant as one of the home run leaders in the regular season, and she's going to start out on Team Korick. And then Maya Brady will start out on Team Ricketts.
And again, this gets underway on Saturday. Yeah, you say August 8th, and you're like, oh, you know, a few weeks. Nope, it's Saturday.
It's crazy. A lot of big names, though. Jordan Woolry, Kinsey Brown, Tiare Jennings, Kendra Falby, Sam Landry. I mean, the list of big names competing in the All-Star Cup just goes on, and you can Google the AUSL All-Star Cup rosters to see the full rosters of each team.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's play of the game presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, and we take you back to the first inning when Devin Netz went yard, a 2-run shot.
Inspired by all the scoring at the Little League Softball World Series, and inspired by Avery Cox and Maddie Locke, who have both hit home runs, got in on the action. It started out with a bang for Devin Netz and Team Fernandez.
Devin Netz playing at third base tonight,
which is not her everyday position, usually between first or pitcher.
Well, a golden opportunity here for her. It's been a hit by a pitch and a walk, have put 2 on and nobody out. High but shallow, and Saco Ferry has to run in to field it. There's the first out of the inning for Team Watley.
Heading to the plate for Team Fernandez, number 77, Mia Davidson.
Mia Davidson. She went after the first pitch she saw in her last at bat.
Be remiss if I didn't say that Reese Atwood and Carlin Pickens are also going to be competing in the All-Star Cup, because those were 2 very frequent names that we saw as favorite athlete or favorite celebrity or favorite softball player. We saw them a lot on the Little League questionnaires.
just foul for Davidson. Mia Davidson, we saw her play at Mississippi State. There's an early Mia Davidson catching. Hey, you got to gear up back there, you know?
It's just about everything covered there with that gear.
Maybe 2 home runs for her in her college career. And Odyssey Alexander will take that strikeout. Her first tonight.
Stepping to the plate, the designated player, number 45, Haley Lee.
Laird at second and Erickson at first, and Haley Lee foul ball. First 2 batters of this inning reaching on those free passes, but Team Fernandez running out of time to take advantage. They've got the opportunity here to tie this game up or take the lead. Go ahead run at the plate in Haley Lee. Crashing in and over, Kirsten Roos from second to scoop it, and Team Fernandez is going to leave the tying run on. Well, tomorrow on ESPN, you can see 2 winners bracket games. Winner of those 2 games moving on to the semifinals will start the day at 1 Eastern on ESPN with Florida and North Carolina, 2 of the top scoring teams so far in the World Series. Florida's outscoring opponents 29-0. North Carolina plated 16 runs in a win over Canada. And hey, don't forget about Kentucky, who will also see tomorrow against Puerto Rico. 26 runs, the most by a Central team since 2022. That is coming up tomorrow, and it starts at 1 Eastern on ESPN. Wyckoff leading off this inning, and Anna is with 2 of those Little Leaguers that'll be facing off tomorrow.
I sure am, and one of them is my name twin. Anna, let's start with you. You're watching some incredible players. What's your favorite part about softball?
My favorite part is meeting new friends and having my best friends be behind me in the field.
That's so sweet. It is one of the best parts about sports. And Avery, what's something that you've learned watching this professional softball game tonight?
Just watching them make errors and then just picking each other back up in the field and acting like nothing happened.
Yeah, next play mentality, right? I love it. Okay, guys, I've got to ask you both, who are your favorite players and why?
My favorite players are Carlin Pickens and Montana Fouts, and I just really want to pitch like them when I get older.
And what about you?
Mine's Briellis because she hits bombs.
I know, and you just called one of these pitches a bomb. Do you love that term?
Yeah.
Amazing. Hoping to hit some bombs tomorrow, right? Thanks, guys, so much. Back to you, Courtney.
I would love to see some bombs tomorrow. Let's go.
Yeah. Avery Little has been unget-outable.
I like unget-outable.
Yeah, and we'll see if Annalyn Clark can get her out tomorrow because Avery Little has been so hot at the plate. But Annalyn Clark, who was just talking with our Anna, has also been fantastic in the circle. She has been electric, has had this massive smile on her face with the way that she's been competing and loving up on her teammates and playing with so much emotion that I know that Carlin Pickens and Montana Fouts would both love to watch her pitch with that emotion and passion that she pitches with.
Hang out and talk today, ladies, because tomorrow it's game time at 1 Eastern.
We'll have to refer back to this tomorrow in our game that Annalyn Clark and Avery Little are kind of chatting it up right now. We'll see what it's like tomorrow on the field.
No sharing secrets. Mac Barbara struck out twice, but got a single in her last at bat in the 4th inning.
Haven't seen in the stands, or at least I haven't with their shots, is Curly. Michaela Knight.
I've seen her.
Oh, you have seen her?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Pitcher for Kentucky?
She's here. Okay.
She's definitely here.
One of the star pitchers of our Little League Softball World Series. And you're not going to believe this. Her nickname is Curly. Her real name is Michaela Knight. There's
Curly.
We have the great crew.
Wow,
the
so
best
good.
crew here.
Professionals.
That's why she's named Curly. See her hair.
There's also a player for New Jersey named Annalise Curley. Her last name is Curley. Plays a mean third base. Has a cannon for an arm. Who would have thought 2 Curleys in the World Series?
Not I. And 2 Frank the Tanks.
Two to Barbara from Vaughter.
Oh, Italy team, front and center for the Mac Barbara at bat. Every foul ball, every pitch, they are hanging on.
Slow to Andrews at second, but makes the play in time. If you're just tuning in, Mac Barbara played with the Italian national team, so Team Italy for Little League has become big fans. Got to meet her today.
Ava Benoit now with the Italian team. She's a Canadian player. Love seeing these younger girls go up to the Little League players and tell them hi, introduce themselves like I'm seeing right now with Ava Benoit. So cute.
And 2 down for Savannah Jaquish. Rolls it to Devin Nets. And our score holds at 4-2. Advantage Team Watley, Team Fernandez with the bats on the other side.
.com.
Team Italy putting on a show for us as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. Team Watley in front of Team Fernandez in this AUSL Pro game at the Little League Softball World Series. Bottom of the 6th inning, and we will see Maddie Penta come into the circle for Team Watley, who's got a 2-run lead. They've scored 4 unanswered runs, and Maddie Penta will try to keep this score.
This is a 4th Oklahoma City Spark pitcher that we've seen. Maya Johnson, Jalen Ford, Maddie Penta, and Elena Votter. Well, Maddie Penta is probably going to be the hardest thrower of the group that we've seen tonight. Stands at 6'2". She's got those long arms, long legs. It's always been a hard thrower. She was former SEC Pitcher of the Year at Auburn. And the thing that has changed about her game is probably since she was there pitching as a little leaguer back in Maryland, is her development of her off-speed pitches. Those long arms have always been a part of her game, huh?
Yeah, the Auburn all-time wins leader. A 2nd in career strikeouts at Auburn. Jacobson with the pop-up. Oh, and Wyckoff takes it almost, or did collide with Roos, coming over from 2nd.
Court, if you're watching a game or calling a game, what's your candy of choice?
Oh, man. I feel like Danielle, Lori, and I have really gotten into Nerds Clusters for the postseason.
Oh, yeah. They're really good.
Have you had a Nerds Cluster?
Oh, yes.
Oh, and you can't have one. Multiple.
You cannot just have one. I like a good peanut butter M&M.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not much of a slushy person, simply because I can't stand how it turns my tongue red and my entire mouth red.
Also, high risk for making a mess.
Yeah.
High risk.
I don't like it enough to sacrifice a constant red or blue or purple mouth thereafter for hours.
I know you're usually with Kevin Brown. Does he have any favorite candies in the booth? Is he a candy in the booth kind of guy?
He doesn't really.
Yeah. He's a singing in the booth kind of guy.
Yes, that will be happening. Yeah, little popcorn. He does like his popcorn.
Might need a refill there.
Must be good popcorn.
1-2 to Billy Andrews.
The Missouri softball team this year did a thing where they would, everywhere they went, they would get popcorn and rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
So that looked like a 10 out of 10 popcorn. If you're all the way to the very bottom of it where there's nothing left, must be a good one.
They had some interesting flavors they tried. Two from Maddie Penta to Andrews. Savannah Jaquish throwing from her knees. Got her.
Oh, these Little Leaguers are going to love this play. This is the best defensive play I think that we've seen the entire game. This is what makes Savannah Jaquish so special. She can make plays like this at second base and also at third base, just robbing one out of the 5-6 hole. If that gets past her, no chance of making it out. That turns into a hit. And the throw off of the knees, the core strength it takes to throw that on a line across the field is unbelievable.
Well, Team Fernandez now with just one out to work with here as they're trying to come back and score 2 more runs. Of course, they'll get to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Kelly Torres up now. There goes Penta with the 1-2. Torres towards right in foul territory. Sprinting over is Sarah Gordon, who just moved out to right field from catcher.
Well, there is something about Greenville that has brought out the third base play at the Little League Softball World Series and then here at the pro game. These third basemen are stepping up left and right, and you know there's a player in the stands waiting and wanting to make a play like Savannah Jaquish just did. Even if it's that little girl, put it in her mind right now. She might do it later.
The AUSL Pro Game at the Little League Softball World Series is sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods. We have made it to the 7th inning. The last 2 years, this game has been rained out, but not this year. We have made it. And a new pitcher in the circle for Team Fernandez. Devin Netz will take over for Elena Vaughter. Of course, the Arizona alum, playing now with the Carolina Blaze.
Hit a home run all the way back in the first inning.
The only runs for Team Fernandez. They're trying to hold this score so they have a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. Allie Newland will be the first up to see Netz.
Devin Netz had her best start of the season, the last regular season game for the Carolina Blaze. And that was a tough one because if the Spark, who they were playing in Durham, North Carolina, would have won that game, the Spark would have clinched a spot in the AUSL playoffs. However, Devin Netz said, nope, not today, not for this last game. She pitched her best of the year. Blaze went on to win that game. Portland Cascade then went on to be in the playoffs over the Oklahoma City Spark.
Billy Andrews crashing in on it. Glove flip. We saw that play at Little League. Was it by Japan?
That was by Japan. You got it.
Couldn't tell you what game or when that happened, but it did happen.
It did happen. It did. So one fun thing that was fun to watch about Japan is their defensive play was so sharp. There they are in the stands talking to Team Canada.
There's Team Japan out of Sango, Japan. Second year in a row that Team Japan has represented Asia Pacific. Kirsten Roos pops up in the infield, and Haley Lee comes over to grab it. B10. Just kidding. Let's go to Anna.
Okay, guys, to no one's surprise, Mackenzie Clark is having her dugout play bingo. So she told me it hasn't been going very well for them so far, but I'll give you the update. There was a home run check, but it has oops under it because the other team had the home run. The free space, of course, and then 5 Ks for our pitcher's smiley face. But what would give them bingo right now is a robbery home run with a little hee-hee note. So that's what they're looking for to get bingo at this point in the game.
See, this is the kind of information that we need, Anna.
Yes. I'm here to help.
That is the update we've been looking for.
We don't have very many chances, more chances for a robbed home run, but maybe it's going to happen right here in the Sarah Gordon at bat.
Team Watley batting right now, looking to add to its lead with Sarah Gordon, but 2 away. Devin Netz working in the circle, and it's going to be ball 3.
Well, and the robbed home run could be for either team, not just when Team Watley is out on defense with Mackenzie Clark. But I'm sure she would love to rob a home run in center field.
Is the wall in center field that goes up, is that attached to the outfield wall? Or is there a space? Okay.
Oh, they're actually,
I can't really tell. That's the one that Devin Netz hit with her home run.
It is hard to tell if there is a little bit of a space back there. There is. Yeah.
There is, we're being told.
This is a better angle, you can tell. From here, everything just blends in black.
Right. Sarah Gordon's got herself a full count. And ball 4. Well, we told you about it. The AUSL All-Star Cup starts on Saturday. Team Garcia against Team Corrick at 7 p.m. Eastern. Sunday will be Team Corrick against Team Ricketts at 8. And then Monday, Team Ricketts against Team Garcia at 7. Remember, there is a 4-series season.
Okay, so this weekend you can watch a little pro softball and Little League softball.
And Amanda will now recite for us all the players on each. I'm just kidding. They were just drafted.
In alphabetical order.
Yes. Mackenzie Clark, she's the one with the bingo card. Has got herself on, so it's 2 on with 2 outs for Team Watley. Looking for a little insurance to this lead.
Number 23, Kylie Sand.
Oh. And Jacobson slipped in left. Mackenzie Clark speeding on home. 2 runs come across for Team Watley.
It did look like Caroline Jacobson got a great read on that line drive, and you're right, it was slipping, trying to change her direction. Off of a left-handed bat, that ball is going to continue to move away from her, more toward the left field line. It did just that, and she could not change directions because of the slip.
Well, they give that an error. E7. And back to the top of the order for Team Watley with Sierra Sacco Ferry.
Everybody clap your hands.
That sets herself ahead 0-2.
Well, with Natasha Watley, I want to give a little shout out to Lindsay Leftwich over in the third base coach's box, the head coach at North Carolina State. Talked about Marissa Young, but we also have the North Carolina State head coach here. So just unbelievable coaching staffs that we had for this game. Good at bat for Sierra Sacco Ferry. I don't know if she expected to have 5 ABs in this game. That's a lot of times getting up to the plate in this game.
She's trying to get on for the first time, too. 2-2. Underneath it, Erickson coming over in right. And Team Watley adds to their lead. Team Fernandez, last chance. 3 outs to work with.
ESPN app.
It has been just the best night at this AUSL Pro game at the Little League Softball World Series. An opportunity for 12 teams, Little League teams from all over the world to see professional softball, to see it in person, to interact with these athletes. And as they say, if you see it, you can be it. There's an opportunity here now in the United States for players to go play pro softball. And we've seen that in the second year of the AUSL with now 6 teams in this format with the league. And it is thriving. Just the start.
You stole the word I was going to use.
Oh,
and
sorry.
I think that means that we've called too many games together this week with still many more to come.
Yes.
But the league is thriving. And I think that a lot of these players and families watch softball on TV in June and July through the AUSL Championship in College Station, Texas. That ended with the Talons winning it all. So they've seen many of these players on TV and now got to watch them play in person. Such a fun night. A lot of autographs.
So many autographs. We have seen the teams interacting and trading autographs, talking, taking pictures together at this pro game.
That softball with all the autographs on it, I just think that is so cool. They're all mixed in there. All different kinds, sizes.
It's the best souvenir to take home. KK Madry hops that one past Jaquish at third. You know, for KK, when she was younger, got an opportunity to meet Sierra Romero and get an autographed softball.
Okay, well, isn't that so cool? Yeah. Sierra Romero just announced her retirement this summer, played her last professional game.
Madry reaches on the error at third, at top of the order for Jenna Laird. Oh, great souvenirs. Those softballs are filled with autographs.
I don't know if those would fit in my luggage. I would not have a spot for that to get that thing back to Texas with me. No extra space in my carry-ons.
I think you just hold it. Wyckoff tags first. Moves the runner over.
There's that Bandits hat that I liked.
Let's get you one of those.
A Volts one? Yeah, they're great. And she's got that little wooden bat with her as well.
There's Jocelyn Erickson, who's been hit by a pitch, had a double and a walk tonight. Her first look at Maddie Penta. First strike delivered to Jocelyn Erickson, so it's 2 balls and a strike now. Team Fernandez led this game 2-0 before Team Watley has scored 6 unanswered.
You know, Coach Watley wants to finish this and have a little bit of bragging rights over Coach Fernandez.
Oh, yeah. Couple of Bruins battling each other. I mean, that shot right there, just a couple of goats in their element.
Coach Fernandez over there gets very, like, you can see her ready position as the pitch comes in the third base coach's box.
Diving is Kirsten Ruse and throwing from laying totally flat. Tried her best.
Hoping she's okay.
Oh, goodness. she is able to walk off the field. And giving it all she had.
To even keep that ball in the infield was a great effort, and then you could just tell something happened right away, pointed to her shoulder as she's laying down on the ground.
So they'll check her out in the dugout.
Well, there's not a lot of extra position players on these small rosters.
Right.
In fact, the only extras were pitchers that were on the bench. So interested to see how this defensive lineup will work out.
I think they put Sarah Gordon at second.
And Mac Barbara as the DP is going to come in and play first base. All right, a little shuffling around.
Wyckoff out to right. Devin Nutt's the home run hitter tonight up at the plate with runners on the corners. And Penta's going to call time. Oh, we got an Odyssey Alexander jersey in the stands.
Sure she loved watching her pitch earlier today.
Yeah, pitching for Team Watley. And Maddie Penta with the strikeout. Well, don't forget, tomorrow the Little League Softball World Series continues on ESPN and the ESPN app. It starts with Florida against North Carolina. It'll be followed by Puerto Rico and Kentucky later tonight, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Both of those are winners bracket games, so not elimination games, but if you win those, you are right on to the semifinals at the Little League Softball World Series.
Should we just head on over to the park and go ahead and do that
Probably.
game now, Court? We can call it,
I'm feeling good.
round up the crew, do another doubleheader after this game.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's been several years now that the AUSL has teamed up with Little League to bring this game to the Little Leaguers, and such a special night for them to all come over to the ballpark and watch these pros play and learn by seeing them in person. Mia Davidson here.
I have a feeling some of the pros are going to be tuning in tomorrow through Sunday and checking in on these teams, following it the rest of the way, seeing who's going to take it all. Last year, it was Pennsylvania who won it all.
It was so cool, too. We were at the Women's College World Series back in June, and on the studio set, and a little girl walks up to the set and goes, "Hi." It was Reagan Bills, who was the pitcher for that Pennsylvania team.
I don't think she gave up any runs in the World Series last year.
Amazing. And Maddie Penta ends this game with a strikeout. Advantage Team Watley, a win for Team Watley in this pro game. They take it 6-2, 6 unanswered runs tonight for them.
Just a fun night. Everybody getting a chance to play in front of these little leaguers. A lot of families out getting to see a couple of the GOATs, Lisa Fernandez and Natasha Watley, and just celebrate the relationship between AUSL and Little League and the inspiration that these AUSL players are for the younger generation.
So bragging rights go to Team Watley tonight. And don't forget, the All-Star Cup for AUSL is going to start on Saturday, a 4-series season. That's next up for the pros. Next up for the Little Leaguers is some more winners bracket games tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 Eastern on ESPN, here from the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, North Carolina.